Hi, I'm Landon with Pressful, and I'm here today with the Chief Marketing Officer, Brian Kehoe, Chief Marketing Officer of Mdrive for Men. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing all right, Landon. Thanks for having me over here today.
Absolutely. I've been on the protein now for a while. I discovered you. I went to the website. I took the assessment and it gave me a list of products to use, a supplement and a protein. And I've been taking them now for a week. And I got to tell you, Brian, I've never felt better.
Dude, that's awesome to hear, Landon. I mean, that's why we do this. So we've been, 11 years now with Mdrive in particular, and that's what we love to hear. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the goal. So.
I mean, it tastes good. It goes right in my little shaker. So right after my workout, it goes right down and I feel good. I don't feel hungry afterwards. It's perfect.
If you check out our website or you've seen anything about us, we do a combination of, we have both supplements and the protein supplement combination. And when we came out with Mdrive Start, which is the one you're mentioning that you are taking, a lot of people, one, had fatigue, which is pills in general. And two, it becomes almost ritualistic to take something in the morning. A lot of people skip breakfast or are running out the door too fast, and they just want something at least that they can get in their body. And we wanted to really design that one single supplement combination with protein that you could take and feel good the rest of the day. Still have the energy, that 3 o'clock where I think everybody's about to crash at some point, that we wanted to try to fix that. We wanted to try to eliminate that and have people feeling good all day while also tending to some of the long-term benefits as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. Like my overall health, I feel like I've got all my vitamins. Like you said, I don't feel lethargic around 3 o'clock, and it tastes so good. That's what I really love about it, is the flavor.
Yeah, so Gary, who's actually my father, he's one of the founders of the company and the ideation of Mdrive and the creator of Mdrive. He knows, coming from a food background, he worked for Nabisco for a long time. He had his own company, worked for Wrigley. One of the big foundational pieces, no matter what they do, was it has to taste good. If you're making a food, it has to taste good. At the end of the day, people just cannot build a ritual around something that just they hate the taste of. That doesn't mean obviously tons of artificial sweeteners and that type of thing, but it just means find a way to naturally make something still taste good, because that's absolutely key in anything you create. It's got to taste good.
Now, I know you guys started, or your father started this brand, Drive Brands, around 20 years ago. He needed a solution, and he kind of just went a little bit innovative and created one. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We make some jokes over here that myself and my brother, maybe some of the play a role in that creator process as well. My father growing up was a challenger, right? Every challenge he fought. He didn't want to give up. He did everything for himself. He's the guy who fixes his own cars, whatever it is. Grew through the ranks, and then eventually came over to a company that he eventually took over. Zycam was one of the creations of that company, and he just really realized that at some point he was getting a little tired though. Age kind of hit him, and that's the middle age thing that we all hear, hitting that middle age, the burnout, the midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it. He started feeling it, and he had 2 sons that are also pretty competitive in nature, and there wasn't a hike we went on, there wasn't a trip, anything we did where he didn't want to be right there with us competing, being able to say that he had the energy to keep up with his kids. And I think when he started realizing that some of that started slipping, maybe some injuries kind of plagued him as well, he knew it was time to build something that was going to change that. And he really just wanted one product that he could take every single day that was going to give him his energy. And that was about the time when he was doing quite a bit of travel for work. I mean, the burnout's real when you're traveling nonstop. And he stumbled upon this mushroom, tried it, just felt amazing, and wanted to learn everything there was about this mushroom and what else was coming from it. That's later when he realized he was taking cordyceps, which has now become far more popular, as well as just adaptogens in general. It's not just about cordyceps, it's about the entire use of adaptogens through health and how adaptogens really can help reduce stress in the body and increase energy. And that was really what's just got him so stoked and excited to build Mdrive. And so he designed an entire product line that was built around, I'm never gonna get too old to do something. His ability to perform and still be at the top of his game is absolutely crucial, and he wanted a product that made sure that he could do that.
Now tell me, Brian, how is Mdrive for Men different than traditional supplements?
Yeah, so I think there's a few things that really help us stand out. One is that our founders group is largely scientists. So they all came from a science background. So when they came into the supplement industry, Gary was there since the beginning of DeShay, which is what created really the supplement market and what helped it take off in terms of the rules and regulations around how supplements going to work. And they knew that this category was plagued with the traditional, marketing fluff of supplements. You could pretty much sell anything. We're still very heavily regulated, but at the end of the day, it's still very easily to make claims and just kind of sell a product and fly under the radar and try to do whatever. And they wanted to get away from that. They knew that if they were going to release a product, it had to have real ingredients that were clinically tested through actual controlled studies to show that these ingredients really have efficacy. They come from controlled sources, that they actually work, so that people knew if they were buying our products, that they were going to see benefits. So that was number one. The other one is really our visibility as a company. Mdrive wanted to put our faces on everything, not because we wanted to be seen, but because we wanted people to trust that we're a real company. We're not trying to hide anything. We really want guys to feel better. I mean, that was the ultimate goal. Get rid of that burnout, knock out the midlife crisis. We wanted guys to feel driven. We wanted them to have that drive, and we didn't want age to be a reason that they had to slow down or stop. And we built a product that wasn't just feeding off of men's insecurities. It wasn't like waiting for you to have a problem in your health and then say, hey, you have to take us if you want to see that problem fixed. We wanted to build it around this lifestyle of driven males that knew that long term they wanted to live a certain way to do it, whether it was to just be there for their family or because they wanted to make more money. And that was really what set us aside from everybody else.
With a protein like this, it really just gives us a supplement to kind of get us from A to B, get us through the rest of the day, get us back in our routine, and like you said, it's not about, necessarily getting bigger. It's about energy. It's about drive. And I know that I'm on the Smart products, the Smart protein. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Smart protein?
This is how we do things, right? We don't just come out with a protein just to be a part of the protein industry. We took Mdrive, the adaptogens, the things that really made us a staple in this industry, in this category for helping guys long term, and we mixed it with what we honestly believe to be the best protein on the market. We didn't just go and find a single protein because it would keep our costs down and we could sell a product. We went and decided that we were going to take 6 different proteins, the best proteins from each, because the one beauty of proteins is that each one of them's a little different. Their profiles are a little different. Some are higher absorption, some have more aminos. There's different reasons why you take different proteins. Collagen has some great sources of protein while also providing a ton of great benefits for other, physical areas of the body and everything. And if you were going to take one because you're trusting us to only have to take one, we were going to provide the best while also mixing the best of what Mdrive has always had to offer from adaptogens. So Landon, you mentioned, you're only a week in. You're still in just getting the cool, the protein phase where you get a lot of the benefits from the protein and the energy aspects of some of the other ingredients and the vitamins in the product, but you haven't even gotten to the point where you'll definitely start seeing some of the benefits from the adaptogen side, which is really what has made us a staple, which is cool because it's still early. 30 to 60 days in is when you're going to really start noticing more of the energy, even more so than what you're already noticing.
I know, and just a testament to the brand, the endorsements that you have. Dan Patrick, sportscasters like Colin Cowherd. Everyone's taking this stuff, and I see why. I feel literally so good. Now, you say it like I'm only a week into this. How long would you say average before people see results from the Start protein?
Yeah, so it varies on what benefit you're looking for, right? Like if you're talking about just protein benefits from like muscle synthesis and all that with your typical proteins, a lot of that's going to be a little quicker in terms of when it's actually working. Whether or not you'll see the benefit right away, that really determines based off of how you're exercising and what you're doing from putting on muscle. But the proteins there, you're seeing the benefits like collagen stuff. You actually can usually see fairly earlier in the phases of it. Energy-wise, you're definitely going to notice some of that a little earlier. We have some ingredients in there that are definitely more energy now type ingredients versus, again, the long-term energy benefits of the bouncing aspects of adaptogens. So I would say within the first couple of weeks, energy is really going to be the biggest thing you notice, right? Energy, feeling better, maybe some recovery in your workouts. Long-term benefits, though, are going to start coming really after that kind of 30-day mark, 30 to 60 is when you really, really start noticing, hey, I just feel better. I'm not crashing. I'm starting to notice that a couple of days into maybe something that's a little more rigorous of a schedule, especially sometimes we just take phone calls that throw us off, or we have a meeting that throws us off, or we come home to a family who is largely demanding. They may be the center of your life, but that doesn't mean that those responsibilities don't tax and take tolls on us. And you start noticing that some of that maybe becomes a little more tolerable, right? That your body's responding a little better. Those are the type of things that you are noticing from stress reduction, your body's ability to manage stress. And that could be more of a 30 to 60 day mark, right? And that's why we want people, every single person who takes the product, take it at least for 60 days. We're not promising some magic pill. We're promising a long-term solution that if you are willing to commit the way that we've committed to building what we believe is the best products in the marketplace for men, that you're going to see those benefits, and we're willing to back that up. And if anybody ever has questions, we're here to answer them. We don't hide. We put our number on everything. We put our faces on everything. We want people to know that we're real. And again, I keep mentioning, you brought up Colin and Dan Patrick. Those are guys who don't just stick their names on anything, right? These are people who have reputations in the industry, especially in supplements, where absolutely you have to make sure you find the people that you can really trust before you go and endorse them. And they stick around with us, and we've been with Colin now for 5 years, I believe it's been.
And I'm already excited about the next 2 months to see what else comes, like how much better I feel. And I love the fact that Mdrive for Men looks at the overall health. We've got the collagen in there, we've got the protein, we've got the multivitamins, because it's not only about building muscle, it's not only about losing fat, it's about overall health. And like you said, like getting your body ready to combat stress and stressors in our life so that we can react better and live an overall better, optimal life.
Yeah, we want to be the long-term solution. We don't want to be some short-term solution that just gets you through the next week. We want to be something that if you start in your 30s or even in your 40s or 50s, whatever it is, that you can take our products for the next 10, 20 years and still continue to feel the results and feel great. And that only comes through using ingredients and building really holistic products that address overall health. That you have to really be focused on the long-term game if you want to see long-term benefits and benefits that last. And I think I mentioned, Landon, we're a moderation company. We're all about moderating your life and doing things in small doses and in smart amounts, not overdosing on any one thing or taking too much of one thing, because we want our bodies to feel balanced. We want that longevity that comes with that. And again, our guys know the difference. We just want to help guys be successful in whatever it is they're trying to do and not let age become a factor in that. And everything else is just, we're happy that we're helping people.
Check out mdriveformen.com now. Go take the questionnaire, see what products are right for you, get on it immediately, get on the preventative health, start living your best life now. Thank you, Brian, so much for taking the time to speak with me. I'm very excited to see the results in the coming months, and I can't wait to speak with you again.
Thanks, Landon. I really appreciate you having us on here, and look forward to talking again soon.
Pressful. It's so easy, as it should be.